Hey, it's Mickey with Motion Restoration. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to help your child who has a sprained wrist. Now, my son has actually injured his wrist playing soccer. We are now about 5 days in. So he does have a brace that was prescribed for him. We did do x-rays. So far, we believe it is just a bad sprain. So I'm going to be showing you just some quick techniques for if this does happen to your child. So first thing that you're going to be doing is grab your lotion, something with good glidability or coconut oil. Here we go. All right, so we have the arm exposed right now. Our child is nice and comfortable. So first thing that we're going to be doing is actually going to be without lotion. So you're going to be taking the pads of your thumbs, and all you're going to be doing is lightly, I mean feather lightly, over where the sprain is. So we can see there's a little bit of swelling in his wrist right here. So just over top, I am going absolutely feather light, barely even touching the skin. So this helps to decrease swelling, decrease bruising. So this is actually a phenomenal technique to use any area of the body if they are injured. So we're just going to be doing this. So I'm just pushing away the swelling and drawing it up the arm. As you can see, he's not really moving very much. Now, the other thing I want you to remember is when your child is injured, everything is within their pain tolerance. If they are wincing, are in pain, holding their breath, or crying, you are going too deep and it's too much for them. Another good question is, when can I start massaging? You can do this simple technique, just pushing all the blood up, the day it happens, very, very lightly. Now, if you've gone and gotten that x-ray done and you got the all clear, there's no break in the bone, then you can continue your massaging. Obviously, if there's a break, then we're going to be doing a cast, and I do have a video for how to massage after cast removal. All right, so you have your lotion. We're going to be warming it up in our hands, and I'm going to be starting right where the wrist is. So going up the arm, up into the shoulder. Nice and light. Everything with this within your child's pain tolerance. So nice and light. We're just trying to increase circulation, decrease bruising, decrease any of the swelling that they have. And then you're just going to go into the biceps a little bit. So just using the heel of your hand, just warm them up. This just helps to open up the areas above the injury. So it's always good to look at the injury and look at the areas above and below them because they can be affected as well. So I'm not going to be moving him around too much today. So I'm just going into the triceps, into the biceps, and then a little bit into the forearm. But I'm actually going to be starting from where the injury is. And I'm just going to be pressing lightly throughout the muscles just with my thumb, the pads of my thumb. Pushing all the way up into the elbow. So I'm not going to be pressing directly on where the site of injury is. I'm going to go just above it. So watch your child's face for wincing or any type of pain signals that they're sending you, and just back off a little bit if you're noticing that they are in pain. And the nice thing is you can do this quite quickly after an injury. And then you can continue to do it until your child is feeling much better. So this works really well for kind of the acute, subacute, but for chronic you can go, or for more the long term, you can go a lot deeper. And then we're going to go a little bit into the other portion of the arm. So for that, I want you to support your child's wrist. You're just going to flip it lightly, and I want you to remain supporting it from underneath. Just do a little bit of work onto the flexor portion of the arm. Remember, you're not trying to press too hard, especially if your child is in any type of a brace or tensor bandage. A lot of the times the muscles kind of can get a little weak because they're not being used. So even just doing this, you're increasing that blood supply into those muscles that aren't going to be used that often when they are in a brace. Back down, again over top of that wrist, and then we're going to get into the joints of the hand here. So just moving the joints of the thumb. So I'm just bracing from underneath, and then I'm just doing little circular movements. Just little nice circle movements. If it's easier, you could put child's hand down. So just bracing from the top and bottom, going throughout the joints. There we go. And then just with the pads of the base of my thumbs, I'm just going to be spreading the top of the hand. And then with my fingers, I'm going to be underneath, pulling apart the bottom of the hand. Careful not to push on the wrist. There we go. And then I'm going to traction throughout the fingers as well. So that's just pulling and twisting. Go through each one of the joints, just like so. There we go. And then again, like every massage, we flush upwards. So we're going towards the heart. There we go. So that's just a very quick way to help your child if they do have a wrist sprain. Now, just be careful. If you haven't got it already x-rayed, go get your child's wrist x-rayed before you touch it. You do not want to cause permanent damage. You do not want to cause problems that weren't there to begin with. So please be very cautious when you are massaging your child's arm. Make sure you're also checking in with them to make sure that it's not going to be too painful for them as well. I wish you the best of luck with wrist sprains. I know they are a pain, and I know they're just not the most fun thing to go through for your child as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.